Today let's talk about how to raise boys. I sorted it out at 8. First, parents should go from giving to asking. Boys are different from girls. The boy must let him take on more responsibilities, so parents must from give to want. In other words, from giving 4 boys to asking 4 boys. Big and small things at home. As long as a boy can do it, parents don't reach out small enough to do their own things, big enough to dedicate and pay for your family. You have to understand, give too much. That's what's wrong with him, much more. That's to train him. Second, let boys learn more powerful. There's confrontation and masculinity, have interests and hobbies of teamwork, for example basketball, football and badminton, martial arts, taekwondo, etc. Do you find out from high school? Boys who sweat like rain on the playground are often the most popular. The feeling of being appreciated and admired by girls make them intoxicated. Third, don't over-satisfy boys in material terms. Don't let him get into the bad habit of wasting money. You have to tell him, if you want to eat well used, take your real skills. Right, mom and dad gave it to you. Always the most basic good. Fourth, boys should be allowed to make mistakes. You will find that boys who really make mistakes grow up very slowly, so let them make mistakes. But you have to tell him, if you make a mistake, you should have the courage to admit it, dare to do it. Bear the consequences for your mistakes. This is crucial. Fifth, if conditional, you need to train boys in leadership. You have to tell him, the class, if you can be a monitor, don't be a cadre of another class. If you can be a cadre, don't be a team member. These experiences accumulated in the student era. In the future, they will have good skills to make a living. Sixth, no money, let the boy see you in a mess. You have to tell him a man cannot shed tears easily. It's hard to say, no matter when. Have a high morale, exert oneself. Seventh, don't worry about boys being wronged. Man's false, man's mind and pattern. It must be a great injustice. So when a boy is wronged, you have to tell him, to bear grievances is the only way from boy to man. I can't bear any grievances. What will you do in the future? 8. Let boys read more biographies of celebrities. Let him know which character wasn't knocked out, just so-called. How can I see a rainbow without going through wind and rain? Then I suggest, let's collect today's video, then think over and over again. To educate your children, it must be helpful.